It's December 5th and we're back in the studio, as always, enjoying the beautiful winter, but we're going to talk about more pleasant times.
Yes, when it was warmer.
San Francisco.
And we were younger.
We found our, did we find our love in San Francisco? I don't know, we were there at different times.
I found my games in San Francisco.
So we did. You were there for the Spring Showcase?
Microsoft Showcase, yep, before we swapped bodies and minds and you headed for the GDC. Yep, Microsoft Showcase. I was actually just talking about this just before the show, and it's really weird to think that all the games that they showed off there are all released now, which I know is the whole point of the damn thing.
They never really look that far into the future at the showcase.
But it's weirdly how you had Halo and Forza there, and the Halo presentation was a couple of screenshots of multiplayer, a little 5-minute doc, absolutely nothing at all, no information, and here we are, X out and everything like that. And same with Forza, it was like, yeah, we may have a new Forza game coming out. Really? Yes. Okay then. You want to tell us about it? No. And here we are, we've got Forza Horizon. But there was a really nice vibe on the showcase show floor, because it was a load of the devs, Xbox Live Arcade, as well as Kinect titles. Everyone just seemed to be very relaxed, having a good time. I actually remember Matthias and I spent more time on Kinect Disney Rush, actually, which was bizarre. They were very surprised we kept coming over the course of the day. Very energetic, very good fun. But I do have to have a shout out to Trials. People hate me going on about this, but we did end up, the entire GRTV lot spent the last 3 hours stuck in a booth playing 4-player Trials and putting bets on to see if we could actually beat the developers' time. Never did. But apparently that story got out and leaked across the internet, and you'll find reference to it in many articles about a lot of Nordic men shouting rather brassly and putting a load of money down. It was entertaining.
How does that feel, being pegged as a Nordic man?
I don't mind, I'm a good looking fella, I've got broad shoulders, I can do with that. But I mean, I was only there for a couple of days, really, because you took up the main slack for GDC.
Exactly, I just took over your camera guy and kept on working. It was Nick, and then Nick's gonna be the main person in my story as well, because well, he had some special experiences. But GDC as a whole, I think I need to explain this, and I probably do this every year when we talk about GDC, because GDC isn't like E3, it's not like Gamescom, it's not like Tokyo Game Show. It's actually a conference for game developers to meet up, to network, to share ideas, to drink beer and enjoy themselves. Think about that I think hit the W Hotel bar, and that's really the main thing. We're just there as sort of a, we're meddling in there. We're taking developers the time away from their actual why they are there.
You're voyeurs, basically.
Going to hotel rooms, looking at different games, and I think this year it was a little bit more quiet in terms of there wasn't a lot of huge titles there. On display, it was a little bit more low-key. Obviously, always a lot of independent games, a lot of free-to-play things, a lot of PC, not as much of the huge console games there.
Because of that, did you find it more relaxed then?
It is very much more relaxed. You're of course running around a lot because different hotels all around this place. You have to run around a lot, but
people are more open to talk to you about,
you actually have a little time to talk to a developer, not just do an interview, but you can actually talk to them a little bit more as well, which is nice from a social point of view, but it's not something that you get to see, but
No, well, that's it. It's building relationships and getting to know these people.
Exactly, and one of those things that I should mention, I talked a little bit about Nick. He was the star of the show when we went to. Actually, we actually met up with the Sledgehammer Games they showed off some new DLC for Modern Warfare 3, and Nick was playing with Nick. Of course, is a longtime fan of the Call of Duty series and plays a lot online, and he was playing with one of the developers, and they were having a little bit of an issue because I don't know if the difficulty setting was a little bit too high, but the developer just kept dying, and Nick was reviving him, and he was shouting out to his colleague, "I'm playing with a pro player over here," and that was a big moment for Nick. I wish I had it on film, but yeah. So
he hasn't wiped that grin off his face since.
No, I can see it right now. It's just
we're watching it, just off camera here.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's
GDC always were a lot of fun, and we'll be back, of course, next year for more. And but it is truly a highlight of the year for me. Perhaps even more so than E3 and Gamescom, yes, because it's a different thing, and it's.
I think we've missed one name we've mentioned about Nick, but Mr. Hawk.
Oh yeah.
How can we get by without mentioning Tony Hawk?
That was actually that's actually a little bit of a fun story, because I'm not sure we got some sort of appointment with the Tony Hawk game, but I'm not sure that we actually got like an appointment to see Tony Hawk himself. But as we came up to the hotel room and the PR didn't really know, we just walked in there and there's Tony Hawk. Do you guys want to do an interview? Sure. And obviously this is Tony Hawk.
Yes.
And that was it. So we did an interview with Tony Hawk. That was a little bit, we weren't really, yeah, but we just jumped into it like the professionals we are.
And I can imagine he leapt to the occasion as a professional.
Yeah, he was talking about, I think there was something about the new iPad that was being shown, and his PR manager was trying to get him. I don't know what it was, but it was some.
Yeah.
There was stuff going on right around the block, and there was something with Tony Hawk there, and
trying to drag him away.
Yeah, they were trying to get him something, or if he had something going on with that, and it was weird. But that was fun little thing.
Okay. Obviously enough, over the course of the Christmas calendar, we will be looking back at the various shows and events we've been to over the course of the last 12 months. But for today, we're going back to our indie darling, as well as Emily, for today's competition, and come back tomorrow for all new material.
The indie game I really like the most, currently, I may change opinion later, is FTL, Faster Than Light. I bought it on Steam a little bit a few weeks ago, and I just love the concept of a roguelike space game, and just like die and die and die and die, and that's fun. Buy it, I like it.
I now pronounce you husband and cousin. You may now kiss your cousin. Crusader Kings 2. Manage marriages and command courtships in a grand strategy game of politics and intrigue.
Hi, I'm Emily and I'm back with today's question. You just watched the trailer for Crusader Kings 2, but what was the name of the first expansion to that game that saw release in June? If you think you know the answer, write an email with the answer in the subject line to xmas@gamereactor.eu before 12 noon tomorrow Central European Time for a chance to win Crusader Kings 2 on Steam.